Are you fed up with the state of affairs of the way coaches are marketing on the internet? I know I am. It seems to have become a competition about the lifestyle. And I've been online since about 2003, and I've never seen such a shit show. The marketing around coaching is pure smoke and mirrors, and it seems to have lost its way. We seem to have forgotten what coaching is actually all about, what the coaching industry is here for. And I have to put my hand up, right? I guess unconsciously became part of the problem, because back in the day, back in, the early how do I even say it? 2012, 2013, 2014, it became very trendy to market the lifestyle. And back when I was first entering the high ticket space, not everybody was jumping on business class flights and buying the handbags and promoting the lifestyle. It was actually quite unique to do that. And so my brand did stand out, and it wasn't smoke and mirrors. It was purely what I was doing. And I knew that watching other coaches that were doing those sorts of things inspired me. And sorry, I'm just going to turn off my diffuser. And I know that it inspired me to share it. I knew it inspired my people. But over time, it's become something quite ugly. It's a competition of lifestyles. And I am not here for it anymore. So I've created, or I intend to create, a series of videos that is going to help you to really tap into what makes you unique, what makes you special, and figuring out how we can market in a way that actually highlights what we're about, what the coaching industry is about. I love coaches. I've been in the coaching industry since the early 90s. I've been in this game a long time. And coaches are the most incredible people. They change lives. We change lives. We have significant impact on the people that we come into contact with, whether they pay us or whether they don't. If you spend any time around a coach, a good one, someone who's innately a coach, you will always walk away feeling inspired and feeling better for the interaction. And I want to get back to that. I want to make coaching, the coaching industry, about the coaching again. And I want to make the marketing, or help us to figure out how to market in alignment with that. And so this series of videos is just going to be, as I say, about how to really dig into and tap into what makes you special, what makes you unique, and how you can create a marketing plan that actually feels good and shows people who you really are without the smoke and mirrors. And I'm not saying that everybody's out there lying about what they are doing and achieving, although there is a lot of that. Trust me, I know that, because I'm coaching many people who are out there, or have coached in the past, many people who are out there pretending to be so much more successful than they are. And, people end up signing up with those coaches, and they're very disappointed because results are not delivered. And so my space in this world is about I help coaches become specialists. I help them figure out what is their sweet spot, what is the work that lights them up, the work that they're good at, so that they're super confident in everything that they do, because confidence is the secret sauce when it comes to being successful as a coach. I've been saying for years, confident coaches are successful coaches. And I want to help you figure out how to become a specialist and how to evolve your marketing that really reflects the quality that you possess. Okay, so I want you to figure out your way of marketing. I'm getting my notes up, and I want you to honor that, right? So I want you to join me in this, I guess, crusade of, let's drop the bullshit. Let's stop competing on lifestyle, and let's start making it about what the coaching is about. And I know the lifestyle stuff is inspiring, and it's really hard to drop, right? It's actually really hard to drop. But I made a commitment, a personal commitment, that over the next 14 months or so, I'm not going to travel at all. So I can't talk about it. I can't show it. I can't be walking along into the business class seat and, inspiring people with the business class flight. I'm not shopping. I'm not shopping for anything big. There will be no new handbags. There will be no big things, big purchases that I'm making, because I don't want to share it. I don't want it to be at the forefront of what I do. I want the message to be more about, as I say, the actual coaching and the impact of coaching. So today I want to talk about, the topic that I've chosen for today is don't play the game. So let's stop playing the game of competing on lifestyle. Now, if that's removed from you, if you can't do that anymore, what does the message get to be about? Because here's the thing. When we make the lifestyle the brand, it's a bottomless pit. It's, I spent so many months over the years where it's like, I feel like I've got nothing to say because nothing exciting is going on in my life. I haven't, gone on a trip, or I haven't done something exciting in my life. And so I have nothing to give. And I know I'm not the only one that feels like that. I know there are many of us that feel like that. And that's because unwittingly we became part of the competition, right? For the greatest lifestyle, the most marketable lifestyle. And then, of course, we've got the emergence of influencers. And so there's a whole other level, right? And for some reason, we feel like we've got to compete with them, and they're not even doing what we're doing. It's really crazy. And so the madness has got to stop. So if you have to remove the lifestyle component, if you have to stop talking about or showing your lifestyle as a way to market your coaching business, what is left? What is underneath that? If you can figure that out, you are going to find so much more joy, so much more alignment, so much more conviction about the work that you do. So one of the first things that I think would be a really great start is if you think about what is it that you want your brand to be about? What sets you apart? What are some words that you can play around with that will really help you to frame your messaging? So for example, my whiteboard is right there and I look at it every day. And some of the words that come up for me in my branding are simplicity. I love simplicity. I work with my coaches to find the most simplest, the most simple way to get their products to market and to deliver great results, right? So for me, simplicity is very important. Simplicity allows for clarity as well, right? It's a path of least resistance. When we try to add too much confusion and we try to make things look confusing, I guess, or whatever, like we lose our way, right? We get bogged down. Simplicity is, well, we can scale simplicity, right? That's at the end of the day, that's my number one priority for my clients. We want to be able to scale, and we do that when things are simple. Another value that we have is excellence and mastery. So the people that I work with, we're not interested in being the $2 shop of the internet. We are wanting to be the high-end department store of the internet, and we want to sell products and market appropriately. And so we become students of excellence, and we develop mastery around everything that we do. We develop mastery around our work. We develop mastery around delivering results for our clients. We develop mastery around getting our message out there and making sure that we are able to articulate our value. We develop mastery around every component of our business and how we show up. So mastery is for me, it's such an expansive word, and it always feels very synonymous with the brand that I have and the brands that I've had previously. Another word that is part of my brand is global. I want my coaches to know that we're in a global market. I've been working globally since the early 2000s when I had my first online fitness business, and I had clients coming to me from all around the world. And I've been global for decades now. And it's almost like when you think globally, you're able to take the small country town thinking or the small town thinking out of your marketing and your brand and the vision that you have for your company, and you're able to expand it. And global just feels like a really uplifting word that is synonymous with my brand. So we're looking at things like this. And if we're thinking about simplicity, if we're thinking about quality, if we're thinking about excellence, if we're thinking about mastery, if we're thinking about global markets, you can start to feel my brand take shape, right? And integrity is another one that's super important to me, super, super important to me. And, that comes back to my martial arts days. I am a 5th degree black belt in the martial art of Taekwondo. I've been a fighter. I am a Hall of Fame inductee. It was a very big part of my life. And I'm a true student of the martial art. And so integrity is one of the tenets that we take on board when we first start training. And it's felt very important to me. Integrity has always felt very, very important to me. And when we are in integrity, don't we feel good? We feel good. We're in alignment. Everything feels solid. Our foundation feels solid. We feel grounded. When we're out of integrity, that's when we start to suffer anxiety around things. Like we don't feel quite right about our marketing message. We don't feel quite right about what we're promising. Like we just sometimes feel out of our depth, and we don't want that. As I've said, I'm going to circle back to confidence again, because for you to be successful, for you to be immensely successful, you're going to have to be confident in every element of your brand and your offers, every element, right? And if you are out of your depth, you're making a promise you're not sure you can keep, then that's going to dial down your confidence. And the internet, because there's so much bullshit online and people lie, the internet is very sensitive to when someone's full of shit or when they're within their integrity. It's there, like we can sense it. And it's not tangible. We can't see it. We can't just read something and look at a beautifully shot lifestyle image and know it. But our senses will tell us something's not quite right here. And so we're sensitive people. Coaches are sensitive people. And people that are looking for coaching are sensitive people. So all of their senses are working. And so we want to be in integrity, because it's going to allow us to have that bulletproof confidence that we need to go out there and stand by with conviction everything that we say, everything that we sell, everything that we are about. So today's video is just to give you some food for thought. I want to get you thinking about this. I want you thinking, are you playing the lifestyle competition game? Does that feel good for you? And if it does, knock yourself out, keep going until it doesn't, and then circle back to the video. Are you competing on lifestyle and you feel like you're feeding a bottomless pit? You've lost sight of what the message is actually about. You've lost sight of what coaching is actually about. Coaching, being a coach, being an online coach, is not being an influencer. You know what I mean? Like a traditional influencer. That's not what we're about, because most influencers are not within integrity. They will sell whatever will pay them the highest money, whether they believe in the product or not. They don't give a shit because they get paid based on numbers, right? That's not who we are. So if you want to get back to figuring out, how can I show up for my brand? How can I show up for my business? And how can I contribute to the internet in a more powerful, more authentic way, and a way that is not playing the game? Because we don't want to play that game anymore. We don't. We're fed up with it, aren't we? If I see one more lifestyle-driven post, I don't know. I just roll my eyes because it's so fake. And Actually, I'm going to share one more little personal story before I move on from this. So I was in Thailand earlier this year. I went over to finish writing that book. If you haven't got it, you've got to go get it. Go to Amazon, Google my name, Michelle Hexton, it'll come up. I was in Thailand and I was writing the book. And when I went to Thailand, I really got back to my roots. And when I'm in Thailand, I went over for 3 weeks with carry-on. So I had shorts and training singlets and runners, and I had a couple of dresses. I didn't take makeup with me. I wore makeup on the plane. I took it off. Then there was nothing else. And it was just me stripping myself back completely. And so every day on Instagram, you can go to my Instagram and you can have a look at the stories. I'm walking along the street where I'm talking, or I'm sitting. You know, I used to wake up super early, walk to the place where I have breakfast, work for a little while. Then I'd come out, I'd sit down and I'd record a face-to-camera video. Not a skerrick of makeup. It was me. It was me sharing everything. And it felt fucking amazing. And so it reminded me, I don't need to be competing on lifestyle. I don't need to be perfectly poised and polished. That's not what this is about. And yes, I am today. I've washed my hair. I go do it once a week. So I'm batch recording today while I've got good hair. But for the rest of it, you know, it's more in line with me. And so, yeah, forget about me. Let's make it about you again. I want you to really think about, if what you're doing doesn't feel good and you were to take that off the table entirely, what would be left? What would your brand be about? What would the messaging be about? And then I want you to think about a handful of words, maybe 5 words that you want to be synonymous with your brand, and let that lead you. Let that lead you forward so that the messaging feels more aligned with those words. One of the other things that I've decided that, you know, I make these decisions and they feel really good at the time, and I honor them for as long as they feel good, and then they change. But as things stand right now, I don't want to go live. I'm live when I do my calls for my mastermind. I do bonus live training inside my mastermind group, and my private client stuff. I'm live, obviously, the camera's on. As an aside, I hate it when you get on a call with a coach and the camera's not on. Like, what are you hiding? Anyway, but I just don't feel like I want to be live anymore because the numbers are not there. The engagement's not there. You end up with fucking crazy lunatics on there that all they want to do is tell you how pretty you look, which is like, that's the least fucking interesting thing about me. I'm over it. And so I have just been ridding myself of all the things that, you know, I go to hit live and I'm like, but why? Why are you hitting live? You don't even like going live. It's a shit show out there. So I'm just stopping doing those things and asking myself, how do I want to do it? Whether it's received well or not, whether it gets views or not, how do I want to do it? And then I'm going to start doing it my way again. I'm going to stop doing what I feel like I should, even though, let me just be really clear about this. I've not been coming onto the internet and with smoke and mirrors and lying and all the rest of it, but I'm finding that I'm playing the game with what I've got and I don't like it. And so I'm stopping doing that. I'm finding myself resenting and rejecting the way that it's being done now because I don't like it and I'm not participating in it anymore. Essentially, that's what I'm saying. Even if what I'm saying is not much different to what I'm saying now, even if the message is still very similar, it's the way. So going live, I don't know, it's just not doing it for me anymore. It's just not. And so that's a decision that I've made. So I'm going to create these videos. I can do it in my own time. I don't care if no one's watching, so I'm not concerned about that. I'm not having to field comments from fucking lunatics who just randomly find me on the internet and want to be a pest. Like, I'm not into it. So this is how I'm doing it. This is how I'm creating my content. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to add it to my Facebook pages. I'm going to add it to my Insta. I'm going to add it to YouTube. Even the YouTube thing, I love YouTube, but I just don't feel like I want to do it in the traditional YouTube style. I don't know. I just want to create content the way I want to create it and then put it out there, and let's just see what happens with it, right? That's the plan. That's the plan of attack. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you for listening. Let me grab my notes. I'm going to share with you some of the other topics that I'm going to be sharing with you over the next little while. I'm going to record them both today, the other ones. So today is really, the theme is don't stop playing the game. Like, if the game doesn't feel good, stop fucking playing the game and let's figure out what does feel good. Because anything will work if you're fully behind it. You don't have to do it the way you don't want to do it. I'm going to talk about zero competition formula, and I'm going to talk about tapping into what makes you, no, that's not it. That's another note. So I'm going to talk about the zero competition formula, and I'm going to talk about make your moves and make your mark. All right. So they're the other videos that are coming up soon. So keep an eye on those. But that's it for today. I hope you enjoy it. Bye. Actually, you know what? Comment. Let me know your thoughts. Comment in the wherever you are finding this video. Please comment, because I want to see if you're feeling like I'm feeling, if you've had enough. And I'm a woman in my 50s, and I've seen some shit, right? And my tolerance level is probably lower than most right now. Or, I know a lot of women in their 50s, and we are all over this shit. And so if you're one of them, I want to know about it. All right, that's it. I'll see you next time.